Let's do it.
I need some arms in the air. I need some noise.
All right, it is time to bring it on. That's right, it is time to bring it on down, my hockey hat pack peeps, to the Hockey Hat Shack. You know it. And it is time for another edition, well, I should say, a winning edition of the Islanders Hockey Post-Game Report. Now, why am I doing this audio-wise? Well, a few reasons. Number one, my voice is pretty trashed, and I want to get something out to all the fans, but it's it's the Christmas holidays, and of course, during the Christmas holidays, you're busy, and I am sick. Not the greatest combination, but I really want to get something out for you, but I also really want to somewhat feel better so I can enjoy the rest of the holiday season. I'm actually going to be going to the Island Storm game, which was postponed from today to tomorrow. And of course, I want to have a voice to be able to cheer on our brothers from the Eastlink Center. That's right. We got to support the Island Storm. They're in the same building. They're a sports team. Let's go, Islanders fans. Get out to the Island Storm game. It's a lot of fun. And I gotta give my seal of approval. I see that I am taking the hockey hat off right now. You can't see it. You can't hear it. You gotta believe me. That's all you gotta do. Okay, I don't got the hockey hat on, but if I did, I would be taking it off to the Island Storm. Very enjoyable. Come on out tomorrow. If the storm ends when it's supposed to, and nothing else is canceled. Okay, let's get to the report. That's right. I'm not going to do any shilling today. No shilling. HockeyHatPack.blogspot.ca. That wasn't me. That was just a song in the background. Yes, I'm on a lot of drugs for my illness. All right, the report. Let's get into it. Well, you know what? I always start out with the lowlights. The lowlights, I would have to say, was the first period. And it was actually both teams, really. But it was a very lackluster first period. The boys were coming out of the room onto the ice, and they just didn't seem fired up at all. And I'm not sure why. Again, I don't know what's going on. But hey, it doesn't matter because it only got better. And let's get to those highlights right now. Great individual efforts, of course. There was one thing about the first period that wasn't lackluster, and that was Mr. DiPaolo. Again, dropping those gloves, throwing them down hard, and he dropped a Sea Dog to the ice. Of course, not an actual Sea Dog. He would never do that. It was a player in a Sea Dog outfit, a uniform that is, and he drilled him hard. Even after the game, I saw DiPaolo walking around with the ice pack on the hand. It's got to suck, but it's a good sign that he clocked that dude. And boy, was he not happy. That Sea Dog player, he went to that penalty box embarrassed. Ooh, yeah, I love it. Also, Nevins and Pepin scoring goals. Oh, very, very, very good. And it was nice to see. It was nice to see both of them flying as usual. And Pepin just keeps getting better and better every game. You gotta love it. You gots to love it. Great goaltending, of course. Mr. Brassard was in the net. We haven't seen him in the net for a home game in a long time, and he was just flying high and making big saves. And a very solid effort. No points, but he was hitting, he was checking, and the great puck movement by Baran. That's right, Mr. Oh boy, here we go again with the names. Matt Baran. There we go. Hey, I like that. Let's Canadian up his name. Great job, Mr. Baran. All right, special notes. I was talking to Alexandre Goulet. I can't do the Goulet chant right now. If not, I will pass out. He was out, of course, with a slight injury, but like my buddy there, Mr. Guy Rio. Jeez, forget it. Mr. Guy, yes, I like your first name. I can say it very easily. Who returned to the lineup. He is also keeping very positive. Guy was keeping very positive the game before. Hoped to be back in the lineup. It was great to see him back in the lineup on Friday's game. He played very well too. Goulet, hopefully you get back for today's game, but if you don't, I loved your positive attitude as you were sitting on the sidelines, because you are a key member of the team for sure. All right, freaking soldier of the game. That's right. We got to give it to the stellar backup who it seems like every game he plays, he is in contention for the freaking soldier of the game. If not, wins it. That's right, Eric Broussard, and you can Twitter him, follow him at brass_Eric. All that is in lowercase letters. Okay, the final stats of the game. The Islanders, yes. Okay, let's stop here for a second. The Islanders win this game 2-1. It was a come from behind win. They were just destroying the Sea Dogs in shots. The final shots were 47-26 for the Islanders. And I have an added note for the players is that one of the birthday boys, that's right, and you knew if you were at the game, you knew it was their birthdays, because Rob Berry and I attempted, and when I mean attempted, I'm using air quotations here because we're on audio, that we attempted to sing happy birthday to Cam Kiley and Craig McLaughlin, and even one of the owners, Mr. Joel Ives, whose birthday is actually today when this will drop. Anyway, Cam, great game. He was a face-off warrior. That's exactly what he was. And he won 11 out of 16 face-offs. Great job, Cam. Happy birthday to you, Craig, and of course, owner, Mr. Joel Ives, all different ages. And I'm not going to go any further than that because I don't want Joel to feel old because he's bunched up with a bunch of young dudes. All right, here we go. Let's keep moving it on. There's going to be a new segment starting up, and it's in the Christmas season. That's right. And there's the big elf on the shelf craze. It's just over. Oh, it's everywhere, and it's funny. I've seen some really funny stuff online, but you know what? It's not hockey-ified enough. There's no hockey vibe to it at all. So we got to get that. We got to get that hockey vibe going, right, for the Christmas holidays. We got to meld those two together. So you saw a picture online a couple days ago of this little dude that looks, well, hey, a lot like me. Very much like me. Actually, I think he's cuter than I am by far. And he is the little hockey hat guy. And this is our first picture. I'm going to be posting pictures here and there and everywhere during the holiday season. And this is the little hockey hat guy on the fly. That's right. He's a mover. He's a shaker. Alpha's on the shelf, but the little hockey hat guy, he's got to keep moving. You see me at the games, right? I mean, I got a little version of myself. I got to make sure that dude can keep up with me. And he's going to prove me wrong. By the end of the Christmas season, you're going to want him at the games and not me. I'm telling you. So here we go. Let's take a look at our first picture of the little hockey hat guy on the fly. That's right, the little guy. Here he is, a picture of him celebrating big time with lots of Christmas cheer inside of him. But even more so, look at this. He is hobnobbing with a certain prehistoric celebrity. That is right. Here it is. Barney Rubble, yes, of the Flintstones fame. He is tipping them back like no tomorrow. You know why? You know why? It's not because little hockey hat guy or even Barney Rubble are alcoholics or anything like that. Come on, it's the holiday season too. Everyone's having a couple oat sodas here and there. No, it is the big win. It is the breaking that losing streak. The losing streak is dead, buried in the past. Players forget about it, learn, move forward. Awesome stuff. Okay. Let's get to I want to get to that tweet of the night. There wasn't really an actual tweet of the night. There were a lot of good tweets, but I had a great tweeting conversation, I guess you could say, with Jeremy Fraser, and he is at Fraser TQN. The F is capital, and the TQN are all capital letters. That's right, at Fraser TQN, and he is the writer and owner of the Q News. That's right. You got to follow the Q News. Go to the qnews.net. We had a great conversation. I was talking a lot about the radio interview that I had, of course, with Steve Young, the Moncton Wildcats play-by-play guy, who, again, very enjoyable. I've got nothing but positive feedback from it. And even myself, again, for a first interview, I was quite surprised how natural it sounded. But again, I got to give all the credit to Mr. Steve Young. Great interviewer equals the great interview. He led that charge, and it was really nice because it when you got a great interviewer, that makes you feel just comfortable, like you're just relaxed, like we're having a conversation, right? La, 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 la. Just a second, I need some water. Tongue-tied, my throat is trashed. All right, so I had a great conversation with him. He was giving me a lot of great compliments. I really thank you for that, Mr. Jeremy Fraser, and he comes out with the Q News, like a lot of the Q affiliates, be it on Twitter or websites or whatever, are incredible. There's a really tight-knit group. And I'm going to go out there and say it, that I've been accepted by this group. And they've looked at me as I'm one of them in a different way, because I don't do what they do, but I do something positive like they do. My role in this situation is very different than theirs, but we all have the same goal. And that goal is to get the whole Q, the league, all the teams. We're all together in this one. Okay. We are a third of the CHL, and we are powerful. We are moving forward. And there's going to be nothing but positive days ahead for the Q. Okay, everyone talks about the OHL. Hey, geez, I hardly knew the Q existed when I was a kid in Ontario cheering for the Windsor Spitfires. Oh yeah, it was like, what's this Q thing? I knew about the West. I knew about the WHL. I lived in Calgary for 12 years, but the Q was foreign to me. Well, you know what? Everyone talks about the OHL. Everyone talks about the WHL, right? Well, you know what? Over the next couple of years, you know what part of the league's going to take the power away? That's right. It is going to be the QMJHL. All right, let's shout out. This is a shout from the last game, actually. And, of course, this was to the number one goaltender. He wasn't in goal last night, but he's always number one in our hearts. That's right, Antoine Bibeau, yes. And I got to give him big ups. The last game, the game before the last game, which was the last one of the losing streak. Yes, I hope you were able to follow what I just said. Yes, he was coming out of the dressing room. I had this one of the big posters that you can get at the Island Store, where you can also get Island Storm merchandise. And of course, you can go to Source for Sports as well. One of the big, longer posters, of Antoine Bibeau. My niece Carolyn got it a while back, and she really wanted Uncle Jake, aka Hockey Hat Guy, to get Antoine to sign it. Well, the game that she went to, it was a really, really hard loss, big time. And I just told her, I said, no. I said we can't bother Antoine. But it got to a point where I was like, I got to get this for my niece. So I stood outside the dressing room waiting for Mr. Bibeau to come out. He came out. Not only did he sign it, he actually chatted. And the last thing he said, I remember he was walking out. He was probably cooling down after the game. And he said, we'll get him. We'll get the win next time. We'll get the win next time. Very positive guy. And a lot of respect for Antoine Bibeau. Thank you for signing the poster. And my niece will be getting that ASAP because she is... Okay, there's a lot of Antoine Bibeau fans out there. I include myself amongst them. But Carolyn has got to be up in that top 10, if not the top 3. Anyway, so thank you again, Mr. Bibeau. Next game, which is today, the Islanders will be on the road against the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. That's right, today, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. start time. That's right. And they will be storm-stayed in Cape Breton, no doubt. For sure. But, hey, that's okay. That's okay because there's nothing wrong with the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. They got a guy like Jeremy Fraser working for them, so they're a great organization. I want you to check out the Eagles, the Screaming Ones, at CapeBretonEagles.com, all lowercase. That's right. And follow them on Twitter at CBSE Hockey. That's right. The CBSE and the H are all the big letters. And the OCKEY, oh, the drugs are kicking in again, are all lowercase. That's right. At CBSE HOCKEY on Twitter. That's right. For all your Screaming Eagles online needs, that's what you got to do. You got to do it. You got to follow them. You have got to keep up. We have got to support one another. Hey, we are cheering for our own teams, no doubt about it. But we need to have a healthy, enjoyable competition with the fans, ribbing one another. But hey, not getting to that viciousness, the vicious fan versus fan crap. I hate that stuff. Let's have fun, people. We're in this together. I said it before. I'll say it again. We're in it together. All right, before we go, yes, the storm is coming. Not the Island Storm, because they're not going to be able to play today. Everything seems to be being pushed back. I was even supposed to go to dinner theater at the Rods Charlottetown, and that was canceled. I had so much to do today, but it actually works out well because I'm not feeling well, and me and my wife have got to finish the Christmas decorating. We usually get it done like mid-November, and we're not done. We're almost there, but not quite. So everything works out. Everything happens for a reason. And, hey, you got to keep on pushing on. You got to keep on moving on. That is right. Tomorrow, I'm going to give a plug to the Island Storm, though, because I am going to be showing up. I am going to be taking care of my body today big time. I'm going to be resting. I'm going to be gargling salt water. I'm going to be dropping drugs, drinking water. Drugs. Now, when I say drugs, that's the prescription healthy kind, okay, or the kind that's perfectly legal. Come on. You know me. I'm not going to do any of that other stuff. I want to get better. That's right. You know why? Because the East Link Center will be hosting, weather permitting, tomorrow night. That's right. Monday night at 7 o'clock. The Island Storm will be taking on the boys from my hometown. That's right. From the stinky city of Windsor. Yes. I say that with all respect. They're going to be taking on the Windsor Express. Can they derail the Windsor Express? Let's hope so, because I'm going to be cheering them on loud and proud. Sorry, Uncle Scotty. I won't be cheering for Windsor on that day. I hope you can forgive me. Okay, before we go, I would be remiss without saying that I know I will be talking about this a little bit later. Of course, I also want to mention before I get to this big plug is that that we are going to be. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, fun. Okay, before we go, I want to talk about Little Hockey Hat Guy. Okay, Little Hockey Hat Guy is a creation by E&V Bead Sprites. That's right. That is a local business, home business on Prince Edward Island. That is right, Charlottetown, PE, and it is run by Eric Smith. Yes. Now, of course, they created Hockey Hat Guy, the Little Hockey Hat Guy, not me. They created the little one, and they also will do specialized custom orders, of course, like Little Hockey Hat Guy. Now we're working on. I've already talked to them, worked out the idea of what to do and how to get it out there for you. But we're hoping to sell some Little Hockey Hat Guys. You'll be doing it through me here at right directly from the Hockey Hat Shack. We're coming up with pricing right now, and we will get more information, gauge the audience, and if we're hoping to sell some of these things reasonably priced. I don't want to gouge the Hockey Hat Pack peeps or any Islanders fans, but we're hoping to be able to maybe sell some of these little guys. They are, I have to admit, they're pretty cute. Much better looking than I am. That is for sure. Okay, let's finish it off here. You want to make something special for the holiday season, something, for a present. Hey, it doesn't even have to be just holiday season. It could be some special occasion all time of the year. You want to get in touch with E&V Bead Sprites. That's right. You can find them at EV Bead Sprites. It is EVBEADSPRITES at gmail.com. That's right. And of course, they're on Instagram at EV Bead Sprites. And you can also check out their Facebook page. And you'll never guess, it's EV Bead Sprites. They're keeping it nice and easy for you fans. Gotta loves when people do that for you. Check them out because, you saw a Little Hockey Hat Guy. He's partying with celebrities. Obviously, they know how to make a great product over at E&V Bead Sprites. Okay, that is it, people. I am done. I am fried. I can't do any more. My voice is blown out. But hey, I got to get this out to you because I just love the fans. I will not be doing a post-game show for tonight's game, but I will be watching. Hopefully the power will be on, that I will be able to watch the game today at when they're playing in Cape Breton, and I will be tweeting out. My wife will be tweeting out. And let's have a good one. Let's keep this winning streak going, boys. That's right. Sorry, Screaming Eagles. We got to make you scream. We got to make you scream because we got to get another win. We got to keep this ship going in the right direction. Good luck, boys, in the gold and black. We got to have that gold and black attack going in full blast into Cape Breton to get that win. All right, so until the next time we meet, I want you to keep your stick on the ice. Hey, and don't get stuck. Boom.